Don't try to be like the Joneses. Don't try to be like Lil Yachty. Don't try to be like anybody else but yourself. Be like you. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to Integrity-Based Coaching and Learning TV with Brian the Historian. I'm super excited to be here. Yes. And I hope that you all are just as excited coming to you in a podcast style. We're getting into things like that. I don't know where this is going to go, but I like the way that it's moving so far. So the title of this message today is, You're a Warrior. You're a warrior, you win. See, throughout your life, you have always been a good kid, and you worked hard to stay on the right path. You worked hard as a kid to stay on the right path. Even though you made some mistakes, there were adults in your life that didn't steer you the way that you were supposed to go. And so sometimes you would make mistakes, but you tried with everything you had in you and to do the right thing according to how your judgment worked as a kid. I need you to forgive yourself. I need you to forgive yourself. I need you to forgive yourself everything that you weren't taught as a kid. I need you to forgive yourself for the way that you were steered as a kid. I need you to forgive yourself for the things that you may have done as a kid that may not have been in line with what light beings do. It wasn't your fault. Wow. I just got to say that again. It wasn't your fault. Forgive yourself and move on. Okay? You've always tried to do the right thing from childhood all the way to adulthood. You have strived to do what is right and make a positive impact on the world, on your community, on the people that you know. You have tried your best to make a positive impact on your community and around the people that you know. Yes, you have. You've tried your best. And despite this, you have encountered many enemies who have tried to stand in your way and disrupt your progress. Yet, surprisingly, I'm not surprised because you're a light being. Many of the enemies that you had are now gone. Many of the enemies that you have are gone for one reason or another, leaving you to reflect on the irony of the situation. Yeah, your enemies are gone now. That's why the title of this episode is You're a Warrior and You Win. Your enemies leaving has given you a newfound appreciation for life and has encouraged you to be more mindful of how to spend your time. Your enemies leaving has made you realize that life is precious. Life is so precious. And that it can be taken away at any moment. Yes, it can. You no longer take for granted the small moments of joy and happiness that have come your way. Instead, you savor them. You savor those small moments of joy. You savor that. Yes, you do, because at any time it could be taken away. You no longer take for granted those small moments of joy. You no longer take for granted those small moments of happiness that come your way. Instead, you savor them and use them to fill your life with more love and more meaning. Yes, that's what you do. You have also come to understand the importance of being kind and compassionate to others. Yes, no matter what disagreements you may have with other people, you now recognize that even the most bitter enemies can benefit from kindness and understanding. Now, don't play yourself for a fool. And don't let the enemy. There's a song. It's a real old song. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, but some of you may not. That song. Everybody plays the fool. There's no exception to the rule. Everybody plays the fool. There's no exception to the rule. See, but there's an exception here, like being now that you have grown, now that you have come into yourself, now that you know that you're a light being, now that you have forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you made, now that you have grown up in the spirituality of life, you now know that you have the power. You have the power to seek and find those enemies. You see them coming from a mile away. But even you know that God gives us grace. And even you as a light being know when to extend your grace as well. As a human being, as a light being, you know when to extend your own grace towards people that maybe in your light being opinion didn't deserve the grace. But all the while, we know who's in control. We know who holds the future. You recognize that even the most bitter enemies can benefit from kindness and understanding. You strive to be the bigger person. That's always been you. You strive to be the bigger person and show others the same respect that you expect from them. That's you. In addition, the leaving of your enemies has taught you to never take anything for granted. No matter how hard you work, there are always outside forces that can try to prevent you from achieving your goals. But you are a light being. Can't no devil in hell stop you from where you need to go in life, because you'll always get there. You'll get there. They can try, though. They can try. Yeah, they can try. But they'll never stop you. Your enemies, that is, light being. Your enemies will never ever get enough power to defeat you. Why? Because you're a light being. And why? Because light beings always win. Yes, they do. And I want you to know that. You'll always win as a light being. Every place that you went in your life, every destination that you went in your life, every road that you traveled down in your life, every path that you went down in your life, every place and destination that you went in your life was for your good. It was for your good. And it made you the person that you are today. Yes, it did. You've always been seeking out who you were. As a light being, you always wanted to know who you were. As a light being, you always wanted to find which path was the righteous path. As a light being, you always showed up for yourself. As a light being, you always showed up for other people. But there has always been people trying to prevent you from getting to your destiny. You're no longer going to let them do that, light being, because you have the power now. Your discernment is fire. Your discernment is top notch. Yes, it is. Okay? So no one can prevent you from achieving your goals. This is why it is so important to remain humble and grateful for the success that you have in life, no matter how small. See, some of you look at your lives and say, how am I successful? Because you're alive. Some of you light beings look at your life and say, well, I don't have what those people have. Forget what they have. They're probably in debt. Live a simple life, light being. A simple life is the most richest life. Don't try to be like the Joneses. Don't try to be like Lil Yachty. Don't try to be like anybody else but yourself. Be like you. Forget those folk. Leave these people out of it. Live a nice, slow life. A rich and fulfilled life, just how you want it to be. You're going to have a long life, light being. Get comfortable. Listen, this is the last thing. Ultimately, the leaving of your enemies has been a bittersweet reminder of our mortality. It has pushed us to be a better person and to live life each day with intention and purpose. You have learned to forgive and forget and to focus on the things that truly matter in life. For you, that means spending time pursuing your passions, helping others, and making a positive impact on the world and your community, Liping. Good job to you. Good job, warrior. You're a winner. This has been Integrity Based Coaching and Learning TV with Brian the Historian. Thank you for being here, Light Beings. And I want you to know that if you'd like to see more content like this, I need you to like this video and please subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below. Are you a warrior? If you're a warrior, put down in the comments below. Just put a yes. Put that down in the comments below. Watch the pop-up video on the screen next to my face, or you can just go ahead and click subscribe to answer any other questions that you may have. Thank you for tuning in, Light Beings, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Come back to reality. Come back to reality.